Welcome to yet another edition of Nation Watch. Today I am going to talk about Ukraine-Russia war. 2 days back there was a convention of NATO nations. All the members of the NATO assembled in somewhere in Europe, and then they had a lot of discussion and then taken one strong decision that they are not going to admit Ukraine into NATO. Just see the image I am displaying to you where Ukraine President Mr. Zelensky is standing alone as something like a abandoned baby or orphan. No one is there to take care of him, no one is ready to talk to him. He was being invited for the meet, but he was not given the invitation for join the NATO nations. So let me go back in time. What is the purpose of this war? Ukraine wanted to join NATO, and the NATO were also eager to put Ukraine into their fold so that they can be very close to Russia. Someone from NATO is very close to its borders. It is almost like someone sitting with a gun at the front of a door. So Russia doesn't like it. So this is the reason for the war between Ukraine and Russia. But now the NATO has decided not to take into fold Ukraine. So what is the purpose of this war? Then there is no reason to fight the war. Ukraine is not going to join NATO, and then Russia is no more need to fear that Ukraine may join NATO. So are they going to fight the war or going to stop the war immediately? See, on the assurance of NATO nation that they will take into Ukraine, that Ukraine will enter into a war into Russia. Otherwise there is no need for Ukraine to get into the war. But now NATO has decided not to include Ukraine into its fold because of various reasons. So now absolutely there is no reason for Helsinki to fight the war. See, this is the Western diplomacy. They showed some interest to include Ukraine into the NATO so that they can give trouble to Russia. But now they have decided not to include Ukraine because Ukraine is in war. They are saying that we cannot include a country which is in war. They are giving some reason, some logic not to admit Ukraine into the war. The basic reason may be that most of the European countries are economically not doing well. They are under recession. German economy is shrinking. Inflation is going up in most of the European nations. So in this condition, they want to get into war along with Russia. So they have the reason not to admit Ukraine into the fold. But now what Ukraine needs to do? If Ukraine wants to slap back all NATO nations, it can very well easily do. It can say, I am not going to fight war with Russia. If Ukraine is bold enough to say, Ukraine is ready to forego its ego and say, yes, since you are not admitting into NATO, I am not going to fight war with Russia. If Ukraine is to say in this way, that it is almost like a slap back in the face of NATO nations. I am not sure whether Helsinki is going to do in the coming days. We have to wait and see what is going to happen in the war. But currently there is no reason for both the countries to fight a war. This is the current situation. This is a developing story. Let us meet in yet another session of Nation Watch. Till then, see you. Tata. Bye bye.